trying to reestablish their. That's all they ask of you as a citizen. Well, not only that, but actually you need to run for office too, and you need to know what the issues are. But anyway, so these American soldiers come through on their patrol, and Lord have mercy, but this one soldier, he was carrying a firearm. The local people freaked out. They did not, I don't know how to describe it, but because they had just come out of an armed conflict where neighbors killed each other, a civil war. And it was against the rules of escort. They were not supposed to bring firearms into buildings on their patrol, but this did, a young white American soldier. And everybody in the building noticed it. We are immune. We are not immune, impervious. We have forgotten something. To even talk about murder by gun, I don't care if it's hunting rifle or whatever. But the United States is off the track. And I had a total stranger, Scottish white man, on a plane flight in Africa. Some years ago, this man, he decided to chat me up. I'm sitting by the window, the dude sits beside me. He started talking to me in the terminal, which is a regional terminal, and not an international flight, not a long flight. Nice person. And the dude says, when he finds out I live in Italy also, he says, well, you better stay in Italy because there's going to be a race war.
Well, what does this have to do with the question of whether the motive is necessary?
This violence, this kind of violence, I can't deal, Gary, I think to my ear, it was sounding like you're doing both sidesism. And that's far from the way it actually is. It's so far. As a child, I witnessed 4 political assassinations, was it? President Kennedy, Malcolm X. Some people wouldn't count, but he counts.
So you're kind of making the point that I've been trying to make by suggesting that we have to tally up how many political assassinations were made of people on the left, and how many political assassinations have been made of people on the right, and that will give us a clear picture of where the ill is in our society. So if more people on the left,
me and one other black girl, we integrated our junior high and high school in Pennsylvania, and it's like so Republican and stuff. Some of these kids, I mean, I knew these people. They were not all friends of mine. And some of them were not interested in being friends with me because I was a black person. And here we are.
We know that there's racism that is ingrained in our society.
It's beyond that. It's beyond that. What it is, and Nancy McLean's book, Democracy in Chains, the deep history of the radical right's stealth plan for America.
So just to sum up, it does matter, and what matters is that the right is the dirty side of the aisle, because that's where all this is coming from. Is that your argument?
Okay. What I'm saying is that, as some people say, because I vote, but I just, it's really, this is like so complicated, so complex. But we have a 34-time convicted felon in the White House.
We know all that, but that's not what we're here to discuss today. We've discussed that ad nauseum on this stage. The question is, and if you could focus on what you said that you saw the title of the room and it prompted. You said that you saw the title of the room and it prompted you to come up on the stage, and thus far, unless I am totally
on the stage. I was invited on the stage.
That's fine. I'm just saying, I don't know how you got on the stage, whether you were invited on the stage or whether you raised your hand. Great. That's great. It doesn't matter to me whether you were invited or not.
You spent 8 minutes. I didn't finish what I was saying, but if this is the end of it, then I'll shut my mouth.
I'm not asking you to shut your mouth. I'm asking to try to bring this around and focus at the topic at hand, not whether Donald Trump is a felon.
Because this is not about this Robinson. What's his
is it about? Tell me very succinctly, right?
It's about a breakdown of the United States. And right now we're talking about a breakdown on the right, because